Here's a good, okay, now we're into the yawns. That's next level.
Wow.
There we go. And that's, he's feeling it. Down. Picking up the back leg. He's feeling some stuff there.
What's up, guys? Today's Lane with Circle G. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Kim. For those that know the horse Black Beauty, today he's going to be getting his very first body work adjustment / massage. So I'm really excited for this today. I'm going to let Kim tell you a little bit about her, and then we'll go get him.
Hi, I'm Kim Lumpkus, and I have started about 8 months ago, maybe even a little bit longer, learning about massage. Got certified this summer, and now starting a business called Balanced Horse Hound, and working on my canine massage too. But loving the equine side, and just loving the learning process, seeing how to help relieve tension. Specializing in trigger point massage and some myofascial release. And we'll see how Black Beauty does.
Awesome. Let's go do it.
First gonna start around the shoulder and back, just because they're usually not as afraid in that area. I'm gonna go down the back and just see if I notice any. There's been a little bit on this left side. He's already, yeah, there's quite a bit of tension there that we'll work on. Little spasming. Come here. We're going to come up in here since he's been pretty good, and we're just going to see how he is around his face. I do very soft, stay very soft around the face. We'll come back to this, to the TMJ. I think he's going to have some tension, but he's not going crazy. Let's check you out over here. A little bit, but he's releasing down. That's good. Usually when they lift their head up really high, they're in a lot of pain. Not seeing that. Yeah, you're noticing it. He's going to fidget quite a bit until we get a release. Right now we're just checking things. A little tension there. Get a little, right there. I know, Bubby. I know. We're going to watch your legs. I'm not going to go too much on the behind yet, just for safety reasons. We'll get there. We will get there. Okay. We're going to start you over here. All right. Let's get you. Yeah, he's feeling it. We're going to start you pretty soft. Pretty soft. Come here, buddy. Get you warmed up a little bit. Just warmed up. I'm going to do some percussion, but really soft. And that's where you can just tell. Yeah. Come on, I know. All right, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of fidgeting. Here we go. Come on back. You're okay. You're okay. There you go. Good boy. There you go.
What you do, you kind of like to have them kind of freed up so you can read the body.
I do. I might, yes, I do like, I might put him occasionally on the cross ties, and I will some horses. I actually like them a little freer because I want their head to be able to release down.
Okay.
I also like them to fidget to a certain degree, not damage anything.
Yep.
Because they need, as they feel pain, but then kind of that tension they've got inside,
Yep.
all this fidgeting is going to result into release eventually here. We're going to do something a little different. Now that he's got his head down, he might respond a little better. So there's different techniques, and I'll try different ones. different horses, depending on what they need. Right in there. Yep, there you go. Okay, let's come back. We're going to get off that a little bit. Your shoulder. Okay. There we go. Yep. And I'll start soft. Always start soft. And I look at their eye a lot, their ears, just overall body, always watching. There is some breathing. Different breathing tells you that they're thinking about it, releasing. There's a good eye blink right there. Those are all good signs. See how the head's coming down. There you go. Good boy. And I try to talk to them, tell them when they release that good boy. They start realizing that, oh, this is a good thing. I know. It's a good thing. We're not going to hurt you. After a session or two, they'll start releasing with hardly a touch. Because they're like, oh, I remember that, and that felt good. Okay, let's try. So after I do a little bit of assessment there, I will come, hope, you're okay. I will come down the leg. Sometimes I'll do this in the beginning too, and just feel any heat. Any noticeable, I'll talk to the owner about that too, if they've had any problems beforehand. Don't feel anything will come up. We're going to work in that tricep. So first time, not going to do any crazy stretching unless I really felt comfortable at the end. I'm just getting to know the horse, seeing how they react. He's still a little wary. Like, I'm not sure what you're doing to me. Not sure what. Let me bring that up out of the way. I'm going to bring that right there. Okay, he's definitely feeling that. I'll soften up. So when I notice that he's kind of getting a little head up, eye gets wide, I'll soften. And I just did that, and that's when his head, he got a softer eye. Head came down. Picking up the back leg, he's feeling some stuff there. And his back end, which I think there's a lot going on back there. Okay. Okay, go down here a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't have quite, obviously not as muscular as some horses, some quarter horses I've done. He is relaxing his back end. That's a good sign. He's letting that hip drop. There we go. He's feeling something else. Right in there. There you go. There's a release. I'm going to soften up. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Sometimes that can be from what you're actually doing at the moment, or he's releasing from something that we've been working on, and it's finally coming out a little bit. Yeah. Hi there. Now we're going to see how the scapula, he actually might be okay in there. I'm going to take him off completely here. We're going to see how he is. Right in here. There we go. Let me get in there. This is when you try to get into the scapula area. Your cervical spine goes down and gets hidden behind there. You really can't get to the end of the cervical spine. So this is, let's see how he does. We're actually doing pretty good. He's not as tight as some. Really heavily muscled horses are really hard to get in there. There you go. Good boy. That wasn't too bad. There, yeah. Okay, come on back. Bring him back. Now I might spend more time on an area. We're doing an overall preventative maintenance on him right now. And so maybe when I come back, I do a warm up and then go to certain areas that he might need. That's when I'd get into trigger point. Today we'll do some too, but when I get through the overall body, get kind of done with one section. Oh, there's an eye blink. Usually that pectoralis muscle there, they actually feel that. You wouldn't always think of that underneath, but right there. So there I might stay longer. There we go. Actually thinking about his head. Oh, another good eye blink. There you go. Do a different section. Sometimes you can't even see the release, though. I can feel it. Or there'll be a big belly breath, or their belly will move, and then they'll like kind of huff. That's another good one. Change in breathing. There we go. He wants to. He's doing good. He's starting to realize that this might be a good thing, right? This might be a good thing. I might feel really good. Turnout's great after these sessions too. Oh, there we go. There we go. Because then they can move around, kind of work some of this out. He's being pretty good. He's not trying to bite. Sometimes they're so sore. They'll come around and try to nip you. So I'll just move off those spots for a while and come back. Anytime something's too much, it's just not worth it. You can always come back to it. There you go. Good job. Okay, that was a good spot. Okay, we're gonna get right in this neck area. There you go. See how you up on your face. We'll get there. Now, if he's he's dropping, so he's loosening up back there. By the time we get to the back, he may be better back there. There we go. That head, pole, facial muscles, nerves relate a lot to the back end. They hold a lot of tension up in their head if there's pain other places. Right there. That's just on some of the cervical. There's a big muscle under here. There we go. It's actually pretty loose. That's good. Yeah. There we go. Okay, one more time over here, and then we're going to check your face. I think there's a little bit in here. Give him a little freedom. To move, and there you go. Oh, you scared yourself. You scared yourself. That's what happens. Hi, sweetie. Good boy. I'm getting trusted now. Yeah. Oops. Off there a go. There's lats and down the tricep. That sometimes gets kind of funny. He's got some stuff built up in here. There we go. Yeah, that spot. Are you looking at it? I just heard. Another thing that'll happen, I just heard it. You probably can't hear it. I'm not a chiropractor. I will not do adjustment. There's a big sigh. But when you're doing massage and you get into these areas and that scapularies, when he turned around, they'll start stretching themselves. And I just heard some vertebrae. And they'll actually kind of adjust themselves. I hear that almost in every massage. Just on their own. Okay, let's see how you are up here. Okay, I'm going to keep you down here. Yeah. So a horse will hold tension with their, or well, dental, always the first thing you want to look at. But they'll hold tension in this big muscle. It might be other areas. It could be neck tension, the cold. Could be hind end issues. There you go. There's a good release. Really stay soft on the face. And this is where some of the myofascial stuff comes in. Are you interested in everybody else's poo-poo? He's thinking about it, though. A lot of nerves run through here. Trigeminal nerve, a really important right in there. Stay really, really soft. That's where tack can affect them, too. So if the bridle or anything's hitting that area wrong, it can bother that nerve. Got a little bit, but he's doing pretty good. They'll want to rub. You might want to rub a little bit. There we go. Okay, up in the palm. It's actually not as head pain and shy as quite a few are. Actually keeping that pretty low for that. I'll just do really small circles. Since he's pretty good, I'm going to just circle that ear. Again, really soft. This is not... If there's any tension, I will go even softer because they'll just brace against it. And their temporalis, we're going to go down that forehead muscle. Horses can get headaches too, and that can come from cold pain. Oh, you feeling that? There we go. Good job. There you go. Good job. Yep. There you go. Yeah. Okay, good job. We're going to go, I'm going to come back to that. Sometimes I come back to the head quite a few times. We're going to move to the back. Sometimes it's good to stay, kind of be there, leave it for a while, and go to another spot because they're all related. All their muscle, fascia, everything connects to each other. Big ligament that runs along the top line. So sometimes I'm not even sure. They'll release something when I'm working on the hind end. It's probably something that's going on in the front end. This is just warming up the muscle. And then the ilium. Okay. Since we got bones here, Who? Do a little bit, see how he is under here. He's always watching him. Oh, he's got to relieve himself. That happens a lot too. Lots of pooping and gas because they're getting relaxed. There you go. All right, we're going to start down that back. Nice and soft. I'm watching his face still, watching his hind end. There we go. He's like, okay, that's not too bad. A little bit more pressure. Little spot there. He's kind of looking. They'll look at the areas. They'll try to stretch. This is a very common area. And he was showing signs early on the very beginning of some tension right here. So we'll watch. Okay, I'll go softer. We'll go a little softer. There's times to go harder, for sure. Big release. Good job. But I think going softer, helping them trust, not brace against you. And then as you get to know them, you can go in a little deeper as they release. Now here I'm going to be able to feel if there's knots, but it also works the fibers. Okay, we don't want you having an accident with your head. Let's bring you around. There you go. I know, you're feeling it. He's got a lot right here. He's got a lot going on right here. There was a blink. And I am not going real hard. In fact, I'll probably stay light on him on the back. He doesn't need too much. There, right there too. Yeah, he's got a lot along his back here. And that could be age, just how he's maybe is holding tension from, there we go. There's a release. Good boy. Good boy. Now we're getting to the end of the rib cage here. It gets very sensitive in his psoas, and he probably, that is common on any horse. That is where, oh, he's giving me a hip drop. So that's good. He's releasing into that. All around that. Yep. Yep, I know. That's it right there. He's going to try to scratch himself. Just got to watch his legs. He probably hasn't even had, this is an area that they haven't probably had a lot of work on, but it is a very sensitive, if this gets tight in here, it affects the whole hind end and sacral area. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good. There we go. I'll look for some right in here. Yeah, I know, right in there. This is where I will use some tools for some trigger spots. We've got one in here. And that's, he's feeling it. I know. There we go. Good boy. So that was all that fidgeting to kind of deal with releasing. Good job. Here's a good, okay, now we're into the yawns. That's next level. Sometimes the second eyelid will, there we go. We're going to say really soft. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. He's starting to, when they do that, feeling pretty good. Oh, that's a new spot. Okay. We'll go back to this one. He's got this whole line down here. He's got some. So he's releasing right there. There we go. We're going to move down a little bit. Watch. The other horses on the barn are probably like, we want to get in on that. There we go. There's one. There we go. Just going to hold. Oh, there we go. Nice soft eye. Starting to learn what it means. This is where they'll learn, oh, okay. When I start releasing, it feels good. Okay, back up. And let's releasing that hind end. He's giving me a nice hip drop. Good job. When he does that, sometimes I'll stop, come back to the hind end, because they're giving such a good one. And sometimes they'll drop even a little further or start relaxing in that whole sacrum area, the end of the lumbar spine, right in there. Yep. There you go. It's like, okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We'll do more on the back end there. It's good though. It's definitely relaxing. Okay, let's just see if we got, yeah, I know, there's more. So he would be a case, he's actually doing good on releases and letting it go. But he would be one like some of these back areas to come in and go at it a little bit more on a second or third session and keep working on them. We're going to release some today, but sometimes you got to.
I think a lot of people would think him fidgeting around was him being bad, but it's him just working through the pressure and release, right?
Correct. Yeah, I've yet to seen, and I mean, there are some, you know, bad behavior. It is amazing to see, though, rescues, my neighbors that does not trust a lot of individuals. Once he's been starting to get massage, yeah, right there, just lay his head on you. I mean, they know the difference if you're doing it the right way and the right pressure. They start learning pretty quick that you're not trying to hurt them and that you're trying to help them. And if they get bitey, that just tells me I'm on a spot that's super sensitive. I'll just leave that and go back. Usually, if I go back to a spot, I can get in there afterwards. So it's just reading, respecting them. What, just like if we got body work done and I've had work done and I've had to tell the masseuse to lighten up on pressure and go back in, same sort of thing. We've just got to read their body language. Yeah, he's got a lot of spasms right there. That's her trigger point's really nice. It actually is thumping underneath. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Nice and gentle. Yeah. So again, you'd spend some time on here, but definitely, would come back on that. You do too much and it just gets too sore to the touch. That's one thing, you work on it, but not to overdo it. And he'll be sore tomorrow. There we go. It'll be really good. He'll get back out in the pasture, move around, eat. He'll be a little sore, but it'll be good when he's moving. And then water's obviously important, just like it is for us. Hydrate everything for all the muscle and fascia. Hi there. That's a new spot. I know. He's pretty in tune to letting me know. Right when I get on a new spot, he's kind of like, wait, oh, there's a change in breathing. That's a type of release. Now I just went up a little bit. Yeah, he's got lots of little places. Right in here. We're going to go even softer right here. So this is a pretty sensitive area. I'm just going to let that hip down. There we go. There we go. Just got to process it all. Good yawn. So this is a good, he got a nice big yawn. Everything's relaxing. His hips down. Get some movement in that. Now he's going to go to the other side. Get right in there. Yeah. So I would maybe spend a little bit of time more on that. I'm going to leave a couple of these spots that I'll come back on, just so they don't get too sore. This area, yeah. He drops his hip good. That's a good sign. If he was still prancing around, now he wants to get the other one. That's good. That relaxing into the hip is giving more movement into those joints back there. There's some gas passing back here. All signs of good relaxation. They don't even know where they're holding tension sometimes until you get to it. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. Kinds of good stuff back there. Good job. Yeah, we're feeling that a little bit. We're going to come under here. Just always see how you're doing first. Okay, let's get right in here. This is actually a tight area for most horses. This is the rest of their pecs or pectoralis muscle under here. Yep, right there. That's a really common area I've been seeing on almost every horse I do. That's all their undercarriage. Bringing their leg back and forth. Supporting muscle. There you go. This is probably where he didn't even know he was tight. there's some spots under there. Break up any adhesions going across the muscle. That's what he's feeling, but that should feel better. Okay, let's see, we're gonna stay on that point. We'll see how we are back here. I think we're gonna get some, I think we're gonna feel some stuff back here. We already did a little bit when we were in this junction here. But again, it's all tied together. All tied together. What you doing back there? Okay. Warm that up a little bit. There you go. Already giving me his hip. Okay. All right, we're gonna just come nice and slow. Okay, I'm gonna go really soft. We're just gonna hold. Just gonna hold. This can be a sensitive area, so we don't need to go fast. I'd rather take more time than rush it. So he's feeling a little bit underneath in the stifle. Do not too much more back there. We'll keep it nice and soft. You're okay. Shh. Easy. Easy. Shh. Easy. There we go. Good boy. Yeah. Right there. I'm not going to go way underneath there the first time. We'll just see how it goes. Again, it's an area that you can come back to if it's too much.
Definitely more reactive at the hind end.
Mm-hmm. There's more going on there. So it could be, again, things are connected. So he's got some stuff going on there. He's released other areas, but we'll see how the other side goes. Okay. There we go. He'll calm down with it. So I would mark down with him his reaction in the hind end, stifle area. Just make notes on all of that. Again, as he gets worked on more, we may see some progression with that. I won't today, but the second time, I'd probably lift some limbs and actually get movement in some of the joints. All right, let me come up. Oh. Yeah, it's right in that top part. So he's got some stuff definitely going on in his sacrum. See how his tail is? That's all connected. I'm gonna push that aside. I'm gonna get in the real, there's a spot back here that I just hold. And sometimes that allows them. I'm watching his eye and his head, he's thinking. There he goes, there's a good blink. Definitely drop that hip. There he goes. There you go. There you go. Once they get all that fidgeting out of the way, they start to feel like, okay, I feel a little better. Give me some more. Let me go at that hamstring again. Definitely some tightness there. Right in there. Yep, there's a spot. There's definitely some tightness back in here. The muscle's just not moving freely. Okay, we're going to come off of that spot and come back to that. He's breathing fast, so he's feeling it right now. We're just going to soften the pressure. This is where I'm not going to dig in. So he's obviously feeling quite a bit on this back end. More than he has. So I'm just going to leave that area. I'm going to go to his other side, which might tell me some things about if I have a little more tightness in the neck, pole, his back. I can always come back to this spot and see. That's going to let me know if it's looser, if there's something else going. Sometimes that opposite hip, opposite neck or facial side will correlate with tightness. So we'll check that out. Also, just kind of giving him a good rub down and letting him know it's okay. He's just feeling a whole lot right now. So I'm going to work on the other side, and then I'll come check that out after we're done on that side.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right. So I did the whole left side that you saw. Went back over. We noticed that this left hind end, super sensitive. Went to the right side, much tighter, which I suspected in the neck, facial crest, TMJ. So he's probably holding a lot of tension on that side. Could be compensating his right shoulder and neck and face for something going on in the left hind end. So once we worked on that, and again, some back on that side the same way. His psoas on that side, so right in here, which is deep, you really can't get to it very well. That holds together, this whole junction here is held together mainly by ligaments, cartilage, and so that can get pretty sore. He's even feeling that. That side got a lot of release and stayed on that area for a while. That's where I'm at right now. And then came back over to the side that he had been sore on, and he's been letting me get in the stifle. Now a little bit more. He was excited. We had a lot of horses come in and out, so that excited him. Just took our time, stopped, went back to it. He'd start relaxing. So he's better now in this stifle. We released a lot on that right side. There's a little bit. Took it super easy with him. I think this is just a lot of new, built up, probably for years. Some compensations he's got. He also was really tight. I would come back and work on this, right in this biceps femoris, but he is allowing me to work on it better. So I went back and forth. Sometimes do that. I worked on that right side, and then he'd relax this hip, come back over, work on that, go back to the other side, and then eventually he's been letting me get in a little deeper into this side. So this is a side he was giving us lots of problems with before. Definitely some tension. So I would do next time probably a little bit more trigger points back here and see if he's a little better. He's already a little better with that. And relax, but definitely the right side's tighter. So, which is good. We started with the left. I would start with the easier side first, let him get relaxed, and then go at the other side like I did. And sometimes just back and forth until he finally allows some of that, and some of that's getting better. There's a little bit there. He's got a lot of tension in his hind end. Who knows, there could have been an injury somewhere up in here, and then all that muscle and fascia takes over. So you can see he's a lot better in here though. Just by releasing that right side. He had a lot of tension over there. Good job. He's probably done for the day. He's going to be sore. So for him, go out to pasture, and for this deep of a massage, you wouldn't want to work him the next couple days. He'll need to relax, get all that out. And so, yeah, you did a good job for your first session.
Okay, so his first session's in the book. Kind of tell us a horse like Black Beauty and what you've seen today, what kind of a schedule and kind of protocol you'd recommend.
Okay. Yeah, so he definitely took some getting used to with all of it, but definitely had some good releases. He was overall, like, now I'll go and write everything down that I saw. For him being the first time and having still quite a bit of tension, we'll let him rest, and probably within in 2 weeks. Sometimes you can go monthly for general maintenance, but I'd probably come in 2 weeks, maybe even a little less, and work on those spots again. And do that probably for 4 sessions and see where we're at, see if some of that tissue gets a little more malleable, and see if we start noticing a difference, and go from there.
That sounds great. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming out. What I really like about Kim is how soft she is, and she's reading the horse. Like she mentioned, if you get a massage or get something done, you can just tell the therapist, hey, this hurts, hey, this feels good, whatever. We don't have that. We're not that lucky with horses, right? We have to read their body language. They will tell us. We'll just have to listen to what they're trying to tell us. So I like that she goes slow and takes her time. I'm really excited to work with her a lot going forward. If you guys want to check out her stuff, it'll all be linked in the description. So go show her some love and tell her she did a nice job. So appreciate you coming out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Lane.
Yep. Till next time.